who's going to be the biggest winner from a business standpoint? So company, industry.
Damn, my 23 prediction was unbelievable.
Oh, shit.
Biggest winner is Microsoft because of OpenAI. ChatGPT will integrate with Bing.
And you hate AI.
I know, but I'm so smart that I can separate
You
those
should have
things.
put money in.
But didn't you say AI is the loser of 2023?
And my whole point with AI was in 2023, there was no viable applications built on AI yet. The only thing that's working in AI right now is sex girlfriends.
You're just always like one sentence.
You're like two steps behind.
There's this one sentence you should take out.
Yeah. I talk too much.
Yeah, you did.
Hash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Hash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Hey guys, welcome to Group Chat. It's our second pod of the year.
Second pod.
So far, I've been in person on 50% of our episodes. Not bad.
Much higher ratio.
Not bad for 2024.
Missed 37 episodes, as we've been told. On that,
So
we
we
got
did
a
a
shout
full
out.
counter.
Oh, wow.
You missed 37. I missed 7. D missed 11.
Fuck that person. Mind your business. Okay, so speaking of our people, our listeners, apparently, so we hate doing this, but apparently there is a very common question. Where at, Josh? Where's the question? YouTube?
Oh,
DMs?
YouTube, DMs.
Okay.
Basically,
all
in
over
general,
the
like,
place.
who are you?
Everyone's asking, like, who the fuck are you guys?
Yeah,
right? And so,
why do we have a platform?
Right.
Anyone can have a platform. You don't have to explain
That's
yourself.
true. Like Aiden
Right.
Ross. Like, what does Aiden Ross do?
right. And but this is what I want to ask those people is how long have you been listening to us? Not knowing who we are.
You didn't take any consideration of be like,
I mean,
there's
you-
just three idiots.
Just three idiots. Like these dudes are relatively funny, seem kind of knowledgeable. Fuck it.
That's how easy it is to like basically overthrow a country.
Right.
It's not that hard.
I mean, look at the guy who just won in Argentina.
Yeah.
What's he do?
I mean, Zelensky was putting his
Right.
dick on a piano.
Right.
I mean, Donald Trump,
Donald Trump.
We're more qualified to be president than Zelensky
obviously.
of Ukraine or anywhere.
I mean, I'd put myself as most qualified person on earth.
We're probably more qualified than like 90% of world leaders.
Yeah.
I would go 100.
Okay. Well, that's who we are. So welcome to Group.
What else do you need to know?
It still didn't explain anything of what we were trying to do.
Right.
But
So,
sure.
Josh is making us tell everyone what we do, which to me, it always feels a little awkward. But
I'll go first.
it's that time. So
I'll go first.
For all the Kathys who have somehow been listening to this fucking show with no idea who we are, Anand's first.
I'm first. I worked for Dee for 17 years, I think, right?
No.
15 years? 2007 to 2021, so 14 years.
Okay.
You acted like 15 was absurd.
He said 17.
Okay.
I said 17 because I just was
Yeah.
around the
It's
brand.
3 years.
I was around the brand for 17
Yeah,
years,
right,
but
okay.
like,
I mean, what's the percent? You were off by 20%?
Yeah.
That's a big number.
Okay. All right.
That delta's big.
So I was the CFO of Dee's apparel brands 5-4, and then subsequently Drama's brand Young and Reckless from basically 2007 to 2021. So 14 years. Sorry, I got it so wrong.
Yes.
Right.
Incorrect.
I also want to point out for the listener, you're the only one of us who you started at a bank.
Yeah,
You started in a very like legit route.
yeah.
You know.
I was doing the white collar.
What did you do? Why don't you explain it? That's the
I
whole
was
point of
in
this.
I've talked about it a lot on this podcast.
There's obviously they
You
have
act
no
like
idea
you
who
still
you
work
are.
for him.
What did you do?
Exactly.
By the way, people don't even
14
know we're
years.
brothers.
That's true. You're
Yeah,
right.
no one knows
You're
we're
right.
brothers. That's
Okay,
crazy.
so that's my point.
You're
So
right.
what did you do? Where did you go to college? Where the fuck are you from? Are you
14
from
years.
India? Or are you from America?
I'm from India.
Okay, he's a fob. He's not even
No,
American.
I did investment banking at Citigroup, which is an elite, top 5 bank.
He was one of the,
I was
the
one
swamp,
of I
the
was
swamp people.
I was a swamp,
yeah.
and then I decided in 2007 to join Dee in this journey of being in apparel, and I worked for him for about 14 years. Is that the number? Is that right?
That's accurate.
That's accurate. And then Drama and Dee partnered on a brand that I subsequently was the CFO of which is Young and Reckless. and apparel 14 years. But at the same time, I was doing venture investing personally, and then actually had a venture fund called Queensbridge Venture Partners with Dee was a partner, and Nas and Anthony, and we invested in a bunch of early stage companies, and I was doing personal investments, and that's kind of what I do now. I left clothing in 21.
What were the two investments that changed your life?
Coupang. I was a seed investor in Coupang.
What's Coupang?
Coupang's the Amazon of Korea.
Okay.
So
What's the next
basically,
one?
it's indexing the South Korean economy.
I thought it was North.
I like that picture with North Korea versus South Korea. There's like no lights on.
Yeah. How did communism work out?
And Coinbase, which obviously is like the de facto of which I've been saying for years.
Yeah.
It's the only legal crypto exchange at scale. And I was really in crypto, and I left the clothing business in 21 of fall, right when Dee started his new business, and still doing venture, still very active, still in the weeds, and that's my story.
Great.
You don't seem very weedy.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen your photos. You're not in the weeds.
What photos you see?
I've seen.
You're in those tall grasses.
Yeah, the weeds over in St. Bart's.
I was not in St. Bart's. I didn't leave the fucking city in 10 years.
Yeah.
I wish I was in St. Bart's. Rice's photos, I know she listens. They looked
incredible.
amazing.
Looked
Yeah.
amazing.
St. Bart's was the place to be.
Do you want to go?
Sure. Mine is I started a fashion brand in 2002, right out of college with my friend Andres, called 5-4. It was a menswear brand that still exists today. It started in wholesale, then became one of the first ever subscription boxes. And right during that time, I also met Drama in 2009.
Yep.
This was like post 2008 recession. 5-4 was struggling. We were looking for different opportunities. We had a mutual friend, got invited to the Fantasy Factory, which was a very popular show at the time. And we launched Young and Reckless, which was wildly successful. And then we kind of used the profits from that to kind of grow the 5-4 business and launched a pretty successful subscription business. I think it peaked out at like $70 million a year. Which we built a bunch of other brands under there, New Republic and Grand Running Club being some of the other ones. And then I had done that business for like 20 years and had a little bit of a fatigue from doing the same thing for like literally 20 years. And so in November, December of 21, kind of jumped back into startup world and launched a business called Ghost, which is now a B2B marketplace for inventory. And so we kind of work with best brands, retailers in the world and help them kind of solve inventory issues. And then we work with retailers all over the world to help them get access to that inventory. So that business is now 2 years old. I'm now a elite technology person. We've raised $60 million. So I am now fully in tech.
Yep.
So it's a new journey for me. Incredibly hard.
You need to start doing threads on Twitter.
I need threads. I like to.
Yeah.
I did a thread today.
Once you raise 60 million, you have to say,
Fact.
here's
You're supposed to know
my
everything.
cold plunge.
Yeah.
Here's what I do.
So this is
Here's
what
how
I
we're
did
in the
today.
war in Ukraine.
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
What's going on with Ukraine?
I'm going to tell you what a
Tell us.
CEO of one of the fastest growing companies in the world did today. I woke up. One of my kids kind of had diarrhea,
Nice.
so a lot of wiping of his ass.
I don't hear a lot of CEOs talk about that.
And then the next hour, the other kid got
I'd
up.
really rather hear your opinions on Ukraine, Russia,
Okay, well,
and what's going on in the
free
Middle
speech.
East.
Are you free speech or
Yeah,
I'm not a big free speech guy. I think most people should shut
Ever
the fuck
since you
up.
raised that 60
I
million,
think the moment
you were real free speech before that 60 million.
I did watch, a healthy amount of football.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about the wild card picture,
Yep.
I'm more insightful about that than global politics.
Yep.
But yeah, I got nothing important to say or give any advice to anybody.
I love it. That's great. So a lot of mine already was covered in their story. I The only thing different is I did 10 years as a reality TV star.
You gotta say how you came here. That's an amazing story.
Well, yeah, I mean, I came from Ohio
Yeah.
on a horse and carriage.
Have you heard of the Oregon Trail?
Right. I'm the only one of the three that didn't go to college. I just fucking trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Started doing reality TV in, I guess, 2005, I think, with a show called Robin Big. Then there was a follow-up show called Fantasy Factory, which Dee alluded to. Then I started a clothing company, Young and Reckless. That's where I met these two lovely gentlemen. What else? I did a podcast for a while that kind of led into this one.
Yep.
Called Short Story Long, where I interviewed a lot of successful business people, athletes, stuff like that. That kind of died out during COVID. That's another very popular question, where that is and whatever. But I'm enjoying doing this right now. That was a lot of work. And now I have a business called We're Not Really Strangers, which is a card game, social media, multiple platforms, pretty sizable following, all about encouraging meaningful connections and connecting people.
It's huge.
And we're at Target and Walmart and everywhere where card games are.
Yeah, big game.
Yeah.
I run into people all the time that reference it in like conversation.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And I'll say the one thing about drama, because we met you at 22. So we're not that we're like so much older than you, but
Well, I'd say quite a bit.
but it's been amazing to see you just like grow up as an adult from 22, from Baja Fresh, wet burritos.
I saw that on my Postmates the other day and I almost ordered it. Yeah.
To like clean jerking 250 pounds, whatever the hell you're doing.
Oh, you're jerking clean now.
Jerking clean.
Before
Never
you're a
dirty.
messy jerk.
Yeah, I was a dirty jerk.
No, it's been fun to see.
Thank you.
grow up.
The irony is Anand and I are the ones that went to college,
Right.
and drama's way more well-read than both of us combined.
Right, but I think that's and that's also my kind of angle here is like, because I didn't have any of that like formal learning, I felt like I was way behind. I still feel that way. I still have a little bit of a complex there. So I I read a shit ton now. I do a lot of exercise stuff and I do all this stuff to because I feel like I'm behind. Yeah, that's us. Okay, welcome to group chat. I mean,
Finally, you figured us out.
finally you figured us out. And sorry for the people who already knew. I bet they probably enjoyed getting the recap.
Re-intro.
Yeah. Okay, well, now that part is done, this, what that felt like to me is, have you been on these Zoom calls lately where everyone's like, well, let's start with a little introduction.
I hate that.
I hate it.
People, there was a call the other day, it was like 7 people on. Let's do some quick intros. I'm like, we have 30 minutes.
I hate it.
I don't give a fuck that you went to school in Boston and you went to school in Philly. And okay, you went to some Ivy League school. Shut the fuck up.
I'm Teresa. You'll see me on some of the emails I'll be responsible for.
I spent 17 years at Procter & Gamble and...
Yep.
Well,
that's what we just did. Yeah, that's what we just did. Okay, so this is our year. Gosh, it's not really a wrap up. We're going to do a quick wrap up, but this is our 2024 kickoff episode, right? So we did this last year. The cool thing is we have our answers from last year. So here's what we're thinking. We're going to go through quickly and do 2023 winners, losers, and content. Now, being that we're already a week in, it feels like we're a month into 2024. We're going to just go through that quick. 2023 is over. Then we're going to talk about 2024. This is the fun part, especially for people like us who, look, I'm not saying we are, but when we sit in these chairs and have microphones in front of us, we're sort of the experts, right?
Yeah.
So this is a good way to test how expert we really are, which is we get to make our predictions for the new year. We have all these categories, but also we have our predictions from last year.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to sort of see how expert we really are, while also being 100% right on our predictions for this year.
Obviously.
Clearly. I mean, any mistakes we made before,
doesn't matter.
Number one, we don't recognize those. And number two, that was last year.
Yeah.
This year, we're 100% right.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Right. So let's start it off. 2023, content of the year, D.
Mine is the NFL and all things related to the NFL.
I feel like we're going to hear a lot about NFL in this episode. As we should.
I think for me, it was an extra special year for the NFL because my older son got into it. So we spent a lot of time watching football, and it's unbelievable just because like I've exposed him to all the sports, and maybe it's a function of my passion for football.
Yeah.
Maybe comparative to some of these other things.
He knows which one Dad's screaming about.
And it's just he's hooked. He's addicted.
Yeah.
Like he's 6 years old. They got him for the next 100 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's funny is I try to expose him to other sports. He's like, he'll watch any football game now. He's exactly like me. Yeah. Like, high school, whatever.
Yeah.
Two guys.
Is he doing the Tuesday?
Tuesday Mac?
Yeah,
like it's
Mac.
a little
Don't take him to a Rams game. Just take him to a Calabasas high school.
Yeah, I mean, I literally think that would work.
Yeah.
And I think it's fascinating. They've done an incredible job of just the viewing experience, not only in the stadium, but at home is so good. It's hard to compete.
Yep. Okay.
And it's like for months. It's not like a movie which you enjoy for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I agree. It's great.
Yep.
It's just, we'll say it a million times, but how dominant they are is just insane. Yeah. Anand?
Content. Taylor Swift. I think
Is the NFL of
she
Music.
Yeah.
I mean, she literally dominates all social media. She dominates now the NFL. She is like a $4 billion enterprise, I think, in terms of like how much she's going to gross between the 2 years.
right.
And every city she goes to, it's like a $65 to $80 million increase in economic activity.
Yeah.
But can you name 3 songs?
Yeah, I can name. I know
3 songs.
Blank Spaces.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
Shake It Off.
Okay.
There's 3.
All right. I want to make sure.
Yeah.
You're talking big game. You got to know.
Yeah.
You got to know the
Right.
songs.
That's right. You got to
And-
test them.
It's a
And
content recommendation. That means
Yeah.
you listen to
I
it.
agree.
Yeah, I listen to her all the time,
That was
and
fair.
I became a Swiftie only, 6 months ago.
Yeah. What
And-
did it? The concert?
The concert just did it.
Why
What-
did you go to the concert? Amanda?
Amanda and her friends wanted to go.
Yep.
And Brian and John hooked us up at the H-Wood Suite at SoFi.
And then,
So
then
I just kind of accidentally became a Swiftie.
I wonder how many dudes accidentally became Swifties this year between Travis Kelce and being forced to
I
go to
don't think
this
the
tour.
Kelsey thing would have done it. I actually think that is probably her only negative.
Negative?
Yeah, because I think if the Chiefs lose,
Right. It's her fault.
It's her fault.
Yeah.
That's how.
So
the media will
let
take it.
me tell you her impact. So our cousin Aditi, who is decided to take her kids, who are like, what are they, 14 and 13, something like that?
Yeah,
15,
well,
13,
yeah.
something like that.
Mhm.
They're going to Vancouver in October, and the hotels are already sold out.
Yeah. I get it. It's just absurd. I get it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's an
It's like a
absolute
I feel like there's
phenomenon.
probably a lot of Anands. I feel like there's probably a lot of people who got drugged to that show
Yeah.
and secretly now.
Well, I think
Like
a lot
dads
of people. I know a lot of like dads with daughters
Yeah.
who took their kids to the show, and now are like she's always made great music. I just think they probably were never exposed to her.
She's also lifted NFL viewership. NFL didn't need a lift.
Yeah.
But when she's there,
Whoa. I mean,
when she's there,
we're
it's
not
like
giving her any credit for that.
it's like a 10%
She did it.
lift
Yep.
for that game.
for that game.
Okay, sure.
Okay. How are the Chiefs playing?
They're horrible.
They beat the Chiefs, right? Or they're in the playoffs.
They're in the playoffs.
Okay.
They're not going to win.
Content of the year. You know what mine was? Succession. Especially now that it's over.
That was a great.
It was great.
Yeah.
Season finale was great.
Yeah.
The whole show was great. And now it's over forever. They're doing an auction. I saw. Did you see that?
Yeah,
With
all the clothes.
Yeah, like memorabilia. But yeah, that was my thing. I think that was I don't know when the next show will be that I'll wait or have people over for premiere night,
Yeah.
we actually started doing that.
Yeah.
And yeah, sad to see it go.
I mean, judging by the few minutes I watched the Golden Globes, it's never happening again.
It should
it's
never
unwatchable.
happen. It's happening right now, right?
Yeah, it's unwatchable. It's
So
the worst thing I've
stupid.
ever seen in my life.
Stupid. Okay. Who's your loser of 2023, the whole year? So every week, for our listeners, you guys know this, we do loser of the week. But who was the biggest loser of all of 2023?
Harvard.
Easy.
To me,
Yeah.
just as someone
Harvard
that
or all Ivy League institutions?
I think when you think Ivy League, like nobody knows where Princeton or Yale is, and no one gives a shit about them. Like, no offense if you went there, but it's not. It's Princeton and Yale. It is, when you think Ivy League, you think one school, and you think Harvard. They are the face of like elite education, and I think this year was a complete disaster for them. And they have a lot. And you saw in actual applications going down in early admission, which I
was shocked by that.
could not believe it was that instant. I expected it for next year.
Yeah.
So at the speed at which potentially this college is declining, and this notion of elite education, elite institutions, is pretty shocking.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's good. Because they really like started the L in 2023. They caught the tail end, but I think this is going to be a rough year. I think even this stuff with Bill Ackman and MIT, like that's going to bleed over.
He's not stopping.
No.
He's not.
And that's going to bleed over to other elite universities.
He's going to take down the house.
Right,
Why not?
Right.
Fuck it.
It's so fun to watch. I love social media.
Yeah.
Okay, Anand, who's your biggest loser of the whole year?
I think the loser is just kind of mainstream content, meaning what you can consume on cable television and whatnot. And now podcasts have actually taken off, whether it's an economically viable product, who knows?
Yeah.
But that's where everyone's consuming content.
Yeah.
And
well, I would say podcasts are tiny compared to YouTube and TikTok.
sure, YouTube, TikTok, but they're clips from the podcasts.
No, but just general content on those platforms have passed everything.
But they actually
For
get
news,
produced.
you're talking about for news?
For
or
news, everything, sports, news, politics, everything. I feel like the traditional media is just lost
and lost
They're
credibility.
done
Completely,
credibility.
yeah.
And even if we think about, I don't know if you guys have followed the Pat McAfee ESPN scandal or
I
whatever
just watched that clip you sent.
controversy,
Yeah.
and he's just like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
I'm gonna call out the executive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call out who's like against me.
Yeah.
And whatever, I have my audience. He has like 403,000 YouTube listeners every day,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is bigger than like every ESPN show. And my point is basically like you consume content so differently in 2024 than you do in 2019.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to Fox, you're not going to CNN, you're not going to MSNBC. There's a guy on Instagram, his name's Moshe, Moshe.
Moshe?
Moshe.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He gives incredible content, just like objective content. And you don't go to network television anymore.
Yeah.
So my biggest loser is network television.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I agree. It just blows my mind. Like, I really feel, what do you guys think of this take? I really feel like with a different business model, I know they were going for gambling. I feel like Barstool really could have, like they should be the new ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that they are.
Yeah.
But they let people go. They let talent go when it got too big.
Well, yeah, they didn't have the bucks behind them, or whoever was in charge, because at that point it was part of the Chernin Group still, or whatever it was part of before, or whatever the gambling company that bought it.
Yeah,
they didn't have the vision to pay the talent.
The thing about it, if they had Alex Cooper and Pat McAfee right now,
they're the two
think
biggest.
about how big they would be.
Right.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, I think Portnoy can do it again. He can create another Pat McAfee.
Sure.
Create an
He's got that little golfer guy.
Yeah, Jerry or whatever his name is. Yeah.
He just has to pay.
He was number one trending golfer.
It was so good.
Yeah, you just have to pay.
Yeah. But he has an eye for talent that's so good.
Yes. He's a Clive Davis of internet celebrities.
Right, he is. I just feel like their model was to go to gambling, so they didn't care to lose big talent. But they could have been.
So, in hindsight, but I think now he knows that.
Yeah.
And
I think he's just so rich he can figure it out. He has no gun to his head.
It just bums me out because I feel like ESPN, like that type of thinking, I can't wait to see die. Yeah. But someone has to replace it.
Yeah.
Like Pat McAfee, I think we said this in the group chat, but like I don't know anyone else on ESPN. Me, because I'm sort of an outsider.
Yeah. Nobody does.
Right? Like his power, ESPN still doesn't realize how powerful he is.
Yeah. They'll learn.
But they still hold the cards in this weird way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're in the in-between time.
Yes, agreed.
Who's your loser?
My loser, you know what my loser is? Once again, I think it's an easy, cheap shot a little bit, but I'll go more into it, is like corporate wokeness. You know, I think we saw like what happened with like Bud Light and all of these different things. And what I mean by that, I think that's an easy, cheap shot. I think in more detail, I think a lot of companies put like wokeness first, and they actually did it for profit.
Yeah.
They didn't do it
Because they believed it.
just because they went home at night and they're like, wow, we're so much more compassionate this year. They did it because they thought it would be like an easy buck to sort of get in people's good graces.
Yeah.
And it ended up backfiring. And I think that that's really good. And I think I do think it's coming to an end. Like, I think that next year we'll see, or this year, we'll see more people like, you know, competing based on products and price and the things that matter.
Well, in a recession, all your values go out the table.
Right. All your virtue.
It's gone.
Yeah. I do think it's coming to an end, but I think a lot of companies, Disney, I think a lot of companies lost there's even a lot of people now that are like, I don't really have a take here because I don't know enough about it, but like kind of going in on LeBron's impact on the NBA.
Yeah.
Because he has some very woke takes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Once again, I'm not saying anything there because I don't.
I know that firsthand because I talk to old white people professionally.
Yeah.
And I hear what they say.
Yeah. See that, guys? You raise $60 million, you get to talk to old white people and clean up diarrhea.
Let me tell you, your friend circle changes real quick. You got old white people smoking in their office giving me advice.
Golfing. You got to start golfing.
Golfing. Yeah,
I know.
Anyway, I do think that's coming to an end. I think it'll be good. I think all those companies lost in a big way in 2023. Who's your biggest winner?
Mine was NVIDIA.
Right.
I think they were the ultimate beneficiary of what's happening in AI and just the momentum that company has.
Well, they were the biggest beneficiary of crypto, and then they leaned into AI.
But they got $1 trillion market cap off of fucking AI.
Yeah. Did you see the clip that's really famous of the CEO talking about how he would never start starting a company is miserable? Yeah. Because people were like, you know, he's like top CEO ever now and all this stuff. And he's like, man, starting a company sucks. So good.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. To me, like what they did was just, it's the way they've timed twice. I mean, this $1 trillion of market.
Well, they did gaming first.
Yeah.
Then they did crypto.
Yeah.
And then they did AI.
It's just like
they got like a 10-year like ultimate run.
Yeah. With no end in sight.
Yeah. Very true.
Do you guys listen to All In? They said SaaS is over. I don't know if you guys listen to
NVIDIA's not.
I'm always like in and out of the room.
No, I'm just not saying NVIDIA. This is total like out of.
Let's keep on pace. Let's keep on pace.
Okay,
keep on pace.
Anand, who's your winner?
Winner of the year is Bitcoin. It's an absolute asset class. It is gold.
What was it January 2023?
16K. We're at 43 or 44,
right.
Yeah,
depending on the day. So
yeah,
it's an asset class. All the ETFs are coming next week. I think there's like 6 or 7 that are going to get approved.
What else Anand forgot to mention in his bio is he hasn't shut up about Bitcoin since fucking like 2012.
Yes, correct. That's my bio.
And it pisses me off because he's so fucking right.
That's part of my bio.
What do you think the cost of Bitcoin was?
I told your assistant.
I know.
And he bought it and he sold it because he had a gambling debt.
True. That's a true
Those
story.
are true stories.
Yeah.
Both are true stories. But
didn't Deluxe do that too? He bought some and then sold some for something?
I sold Bitcoin
at
19,000.
Everyone sold.
I sold at 19,000 to.
No, but
the good news is
Ethereum,
I just never bought.
No, but Ethereum, I'll never forget. So Amit, who's been on this pod, he texts me. He's like, "Hey, Ethereum's coming on Coinbase's platform. You should probably start buying some."
Yeah,
it was $8.
What is it now?
2,300.
I sold
not bad
Ethereum at $4,000 when I started Ghost because I didn't have any fucking money.
That's pretty good.
And that paid for my entire year.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
No, that was an NFT hustle.
No, Ethereum. My personal Ethereum.
Oh, your personal Ethereum. Okay.
I sold it all.
And he made money on Bape.
NFTs.
NFTs.
You did?
He actually made money.
I always sell. So I make money, I sell now.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to prove.
That's like the gambler strategy, you know?
Yeah.
That's how you win.
But my point is, it's like arguments done. Every like grandma, grandpa,
Yeah.
rich old guy is going to go to their, Goldman, private wealth manager, UBS, Morgan, JP Morgan, and say, how do I get Bitcoin? They're going to get into the ETF.
Yeah. Okay. That's yours. You can take it.
All right.
You know what my winner is starting this year, everyone was talking recession, inflation. And the whole talk in investing was like, essentially like, how do you beat inflation? So how do you beat 7%?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, some people are doing bonds. Some people are doing, just got to beat 7%. Terrible year.
Yeah.
Inflation. Do you know how much eggs cost? We're all fucked.
Yeah.
The S&P was up 20-something percent.
24%.
That is absurd.
Absurd.
So all of these, the guys on All In, all these great investors were talking about, okay, here's my strategy, taking cash out, having this amount cash, this
You don't have
amount,
to do all
whatever.
that.
You literally could have put in an S&P index.
This is why you shouldn't listen to anyone on investing.
It's crazy.
0 people you should listen
And the
to.
NASDAQ was up 54%. 54%.
If you didn't follow this, like I bet 99% of our listeners, that's not a diss. I'm just saying no one fucking pays attention to this. All you heard was like kind of
Recession.
doom and gloom and recession and inflation and what are you going to do to make your cash worth anything? And oh my God, and little did you know that actually it was a fucking incredible year.
Yeah.
I mean, now, yes, it was mainly driven by a handful of stocks, all this stuff. But the point is, if you just had money in the index,
Yeah.
you're way up.
You don't need to
way
overthink
past
it. Yeah.
inflation, way past everything.
Agreed.
Keep it simple, stupid. What did Trump say? It's this, no, not Trump. What Reagan
Clinton.
or
It was Bill Clinton.
is the stock market stupid?
No,
It's
it's
economy.
economy stupid.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he says he has probably a lot of other things to
He's
say
got
too.
a lot of
He doesn't have much to say now.
the plane,
Are we going to talk about? Are we going to talk,
It's the island,
talk
dummy.
about the?
No, we're not. Go.
Let's go.
That was okay. That was that.
Yeah.
That was 2023.
Yeah.
Great. Here we go. Time to go into predictions. So the first prediction that we have is for the stock market in 2024. So overall stock market.
We should just all read what we said in 2023 in our own words.
Yep.
Okay. So in 2023 stock market, D, this is what I said. First 3 months of the year, stock market gets annihilated due to interest rates. Stable for the next 6 months. Then the last 3 months skyrocket up. So I actually said it exactly right, but I said it would still not be positive
But you
for the
fucked
year.
yourself on that last
Yeah,
statement.
if I had just got that part off.
Yep.
So equals flat year. So basically I said flat year and I said oil prices will rocket up, which they did, and now they're back down.
And what about the rest of us?
That's why you're
No,
an
so
expert.
that- now it's
I said,
Yeah,
I
go
agree with D.
Yeah.
Minus the last sentence. That's it.
You have it. You have the laptop. I don't have a laptop.
Okay,
right
Anand
now.
said stock market up first 3 to 6 months. Choppiness. Fed pivots in the first 6 months of the year. Interest rates drop. Market rallies in the second half of the year, 10 to 15%.
So I was
Half right.
Half right.
But let me say this. Even with your prediction of rates being cut, you still undercut how much of the market was going to
Yeah.
grow.
And
Right.
yeah,
That's absurd.
unbelievable.
Okay. Okay. So what are your predictions? D, what is your prediction for the stock market in 2024?
I am predicting a down year. I
Mm.
don't think the interest rates are going to get cut like everyone thinks they are. I actually think inflation is still here. I mean, I know inflation is still here. So I'm predicting a 10% down here on the S&P 500.
Wow.
Wow.
That is literally
Wow.
so against consensus, but I respect the
Yeah,
take.
I went with consensus last time and I got
But you were
fucked.
so close. You added one too many sentences. Literally.
I think the market absolutely rips.
Yep.
I think the market.
Give a number. We have to put it
what do
down
we
in
have?
writing.
4,500. What's S&P?
Give me a percentage.
What number is that? S&P.
I don't know.
4750.
4750. I think the market's up 15 to 20% in the year, and I think it's going to be primarily growth stocks. And I think the Magnificent Seven
Yeah, what happens to
are
them?
flat, and I think rates are getting cut. I think everyone's pricing in a minimum of 3, maybe 6 cuts.
Yeah.
And I think risk assets win. and the IPO market opens up, and you're going to see a lot of growth companies that go on to the public markets, and I think we're going to see a banner year.
Okay.
There's $5 trillion of cash on the sidelines.
Okay. Drama's turn.
Okay, this year I'm going to agree mostly with Anand. The only thing that I'm going to no, I pretty much disagree with Anand. I think the big thing that you're
Disagree?
missing. Agree. No, I think I pretty much disagree with you. I think the only thing that I want to add that I think you're missing, Dee, is I think they will do whatever it takes to not get Trump elected.
Yeah.
I think everybody will conspire. I think they will lower rates. I think they'll botch projection. I think they'll fucking.
Well, they're already
everything.
playing funny business with the unemployment numbers.
Everyone's employed.
11
Unemployment number that is publicly stated next year is 0. That's my prediction. Everyone's working.
Yeah, I think the real economy for the top companies they're going to show softness. That's why I don't believe the market will be up.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so I'm with Anand. Yeah, I don't have any. You said how much up? 15, 20%?
Yeah, 15, 20 minimum on the S&P, but I think it's going to be barbell to the growth stocks, not the Magnificent Seven. So I don't think Apple and Facebook are going to go up 20%.
I think at the end of the year, I think October, Apple releases their new AI integrated Siri and the stock fucking goes through the roof.
Yeah.
Okay, so I agree. I'm with Anand this year. Okay, next up is crypto. What are our predictions for all things crypto? Let's see what we said last year. Okay, Dee, say what you said.
I said Bitcoin will end the year at 10,000, ETH at 1,000, altcoins
You are
all
not
zero.
an expert.
But I did say Bitcoin starts to come back, but not till 2024. So I had the momentum right.
Damn,
Pretty
I said,
off.
I said Bitcoin 15 to 17,000. So I still,
you guys were all off.
I was way more optimistic than you, but not. Damn, we were pessimistic as shit.
I think I said 23K.
20,000, yeah.
This is why people don't get wealthy.
Yeah. You shouldn't guess.
You know, we're just hanging out on the sidelines, fucking guessing.
Yeah.
We'll just put our money in the game.
I think it's the most obvious trade. This is not financial advice.
Oh yeah, none of this episode is financial.
None of it's financial advice. I've told Hav, I've told Jordan, I've told all the boys, this is the most obvious trade in your lifetime.
What, Bitcoin?
Yeah. It's just a funds flow situation.
I mean, Anand even said mid 20K.
Yeah, I was wrong. And it doubled.
I mean, everything doubled from what we predicted.
No, but my point is right now, today, this is not financial advice.
Yep.
This is so obvious. I've never seen a more obvious trade in my life.
Okay, we got
There's
it.
every sovereign fund. I know you want to just keep cutting me off.
No,
It's
we
fine.
get it. We get it. Okay,
I'm just saying
you're
it sounds
right.
repetitive.
You're
No,
dancing
you said
on
it.
our
You
crypto
said it.
graves.
You said it.
You're
You said
dancing on our fucking USB
No,
sticks.
but I'm telling you the reason why. You guys
No,
aren't
we
letting me
believe
tell the
it.
reason. What's the reason?
Funds flow, trading. There's too much cash.
New
Everyone's gotta
gold,
put it to work.
grandmas.
It is that. There's $5 trillion. Everyone's
All
going
right, you guys
exposure
are
to
dummies.
Bitcoin.
This is why you guys didn't
What-
make money in
what
crypto.
else?
It's
What
okay. You could have
else?
listened to me 10 years ago and you would have been rich.
What did we miss?
A lot.
Tell me.
A lot.
Give me
missed
the
a
money
lot.
I
Okay, let's
missed.
focus on the predictions of the.
Bitcoin would be 6 figures. 100%.
Give the number.
Say
We need
the
an
number.
exact number so we can
We're
write it
writing
down.
that shit down.
Okay, I will say Bitcoin hits 100,000
Wow.
in 2024.
Okay.
This is not financial advice.
All right.
Is Jim Cramer? How he doesn't have to say that. He's allowed to give financial advice.
Yeah, that show can. They have all the disclaimers.
They have all
But
the
we have to give
disclaimers.
disclaimers. That guy gets everything wrong. Everything.
And by
It's
the way,
him
he
and
gets
Not only
Galloway.
wrong, but the opposite.
You know, we have a meme in our chat. Like it's Galloway
Yeah,
and it's Kramer.
yeah. Those two get everything wrong.
They get everything wrong.
right.
Yeah.
But we have to fucking keep giving disclaimers.
All right, here's my disclaimer on what I think Bitcoin will be. I think ETH will be at 4,000, and I think Bitcoin will be at 60,000. That's my prediction.
And now he's bullish. This guy wanted 60% cut last year.
I'm gonna let it.
Yeah,
You
hey,
change your
he
mind every
changes his
5
mind. It's
seconds
okay.
too.
It's okay. It's okay, guys. Yeah, I think Bitcoin 70,000.
Okay.
I'm kind of in the middle of you two. I do think, to Anand's point, yes, we know we're dummies. The
You're
ETF.
dummies.
I think this ETF move is a huge move. because I think it does expose a lot of just regular people to it. And I think a lot of huge funds hold it, and it just, to me, this feels like the final move in it being gold.
Yeah.
Like, I think that you can say it all day long and you can say why it's so sound, but until it's just there, it's kind of like why it's such a big deal when companies get put on the S&P 500. You know, like this
It's
is
just automatic.
that times 10.
So, like, I mean, to kind of, to your point, the S&P, that's a really good point, that if you own a stock that is in one of these indexes,
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter what your performance is.
Yeah.
You just automatically get bought.
Right.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Next up is who's going to be the biggest winner from a business standpoint? So company, industry.
Damn, my 23 prediction was unbelievable.
Oh, shit.
What was your 23?
Oh, no.
Biggest winner is Microsoft because of OpenAI. ChatGPT will integrate with Bing.
And you hate that.
I know, but I'm so smart that I can separate
You
those
should have
things.
put money in.
But didn't you say AI is the loser of 2023?
And my whole point with AI was in 2023 there was no viable applications built on AI yet for AI. The only thing that's working in AI right now is sex girlfriends.
Yeah, that's fair. Damn, you're really close. You're just always like one sentence.
You're like two steps behind.
One sentence you should take out.
Yeah. I talk too much.
Yeah, you do. Okay, that's good. Sorry, what's your...
My winner?
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Okay.
2023, that's what you said. What's your prediction for 2024?
So I have two sets of winners. One are profitable consumer businesses. They're severely undervalued, in my opinion. If I were to pick a stock, this is not financial advice. My stock for the year is Crocs. Yeah. It's extremely undervalued.
Did you see what that fucking Crocs guy is doing at Stanley?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, Crocs is such an incredible brand. It is a monstrosity of a business, and it shits cash.
Yeah.
It's so profitable. And we know how important being profitable is for the climate right now. I think that company is just very undervalued.
I would love to get back to a world where, not that I don't love
The fuckery?
the other path and the fuckery, but like a world where we like celebrate really well-run businesses. Like I feel
think
like even
it's happening.
I agree. I think young people, like I saw a trend over the last few years, we all did, where young people were more concerned about like how much they could raise than like how well
Or how much they spent.
Right. Than how well they could.
Like, I remember people bragging about how much they spent on Facebook. I'm like, who cares?
Right.
That's not good.
Right. As opposed to like bragging about how well run their business is.
Yeah. And then my second set of winners are all the Chinese companies. I think TikTok goes public. ByteDance goes public this year. Shein goes public this year. Temu is part of Pinduoduo. They are kicking everyone's ass.
Yeah.
I think China is hot.
You're not
That's
worried
it.
about Taiwan?
What's that?
Oh, you don't recognize it?
You know what's
He's not allowed to. Do you know who's invested in his company? He's not allowed to.
You know that part of China off the...
Not familiar.
He's not allowed.
I'm not familiar.
Here's an honest question though, because this goes with your prediction, is, you know, there is tension. A lot of people are predicting that in the spring, the weather opens up and China will invade Taiwan.
They can't do it in the cold.
No, seriously. It's
not that cold.
That's
It's
a
probably
thing.
warm.
That's a thing. That's a war. You need the weather.
But in Taiwan, isn't it on the equator?
No, they're not on the equator.
I'm not the
where is
strategist.
Taiwan?
It's right next to China. I've been to Taiwan.
I don't know.
I don't
It's
think it's
very
that
moderate
cold.
climate.
I'm not the military
It's moderate.
strategist. I'm
Exactly.
telling
It's
you.
not snowing in Taipei. I'm sorry.
Listen, who wants to be chilly while you're trying to take over a fucking country?
Just like, hey, man.
Can we warm this up?
It's a great place. I recommend all you guys to go.
Okay.
So that is a huge lingering thing that affects like so much business.
Yeah.
Do you think, is it kind of like nuclear bombs? Like it's too big to...
They're not going to do anything.
I don't think they'll do anything this year.
No, they won't.
Because
I think they won't in any year because it's just like a pawn in like a chess move.
And it's
They're
good to
just
keep
like-
the threat.
Yeah, keep the threat. And they know the U.S. is behind Taiwan, so you're going to get obliterated.
It just feels like maybe there's too much... I mean, because China is so reliant on our business.
Yeah, of course. And they want to do the little like kind of.
So you no worry.
I have no worry.
Okay, Anand, you said private equity companies winner.
For 2023.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to take time to see if they.
Oh, you're saying because they were able to invest.
They were able to buy businesses
There's
this
a lot
year
of
for
opportunity.
pretty cheap. So
It's going to take 5 years.
yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
take 5 years.
Okay.
We'll have to check that in 5 years.
Who's your winner of this year?
From business.
Who's your prediction? Yeah, business or company or industry?
I mean, I think the only investable technology class is AI. And I think they're going to be the biggest winners. I mean, I'm not going to
Who is they when you say AI?
It's the same people DJ Khaled talks about.
Yeah,
stay away from they.
No, you're saying stay with they.
Stay with they.
Or is this a pronoun thing you do?
yeah. We don't know with the woke.
I'm just saying, like, like productive AI companies are the only companies that are going to have outsized returns,
Yeah.
and have a pretty strong belief in that.
Right.
And I don't know which ones they are. I'm not going to tell you like I'm a genius, but
I'd like to have it written down on paper so we can laugh at it next year.
I mean, I'm invested in a couple of them. So
Name names.
Even up.
Even up.
Even up.
Even up.
That's your big winner.
I think they'll be a big winner.
Okay.
I said Mr. Beast. He's going to become a billionaire in 2023. I was wrong, but I still believe
I
in
feel like
that.
I think he's a billionaire. I think you're right.
I think that was right.
I'm an expert.
Yeah.
So that's why you listen to this podcast. Okay, so I'm an expert. I don't know on paper. I don't know if he's a billionaire or not, but I do obviously still believe in that. He's bigger than ever. His fucking feastables are just absurd. 2024, I'm the same as Anand. I say AI, but not only Anand is looking at it more from like an investable point of view. I'm saying that I think any and all news from the big tech companies this year will be AI related.
Yeah.
So like Apple will be, hey, Siri's now integrated with AI. Google, here's our new fucking Bard 2.0. Here's like everything will just, that's all anyone's talking about. I think we all see that from a mile away.
Great.
That's it. Okay. Who is the biggest business loser of this year? Now, last year, Dee, you said
Fintech gets slaughtered. So all the fintech companies like your Klarnas and your PayPals.
how'd they do?
They're still struggling.
Okay.
None of them have come back.
Okay. Expert.
Yeah. They're still all really
Who's going to be your biggest loser this year, do you think?
My biggest loser this year is the Middle East.
Why? They seem to be doing well.
From an economic standpoint, I think particularly on the sports side of things.
You mean like...
I'm talking business.
Right.
I think they overplayed their hand on the golf thing. And I think they couldn't get Messi. I think they're obviously not going to get into the NFL.
It got pretty messy.
Yeah, they got Messi. Yeah, exactly. They got Ronaldo, and I don't think...
That's an interesting take, because we're at the peak right now of them spending...
Yeah, I think what people have to realize is...
Even John Rahm just went, right?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks or 2 months ago.
I think people have to realize, like, the Middle East has a lot of money, but they don't have more money than America. Like, nowhere near it.
Because we spend money we don't even have, so we have endless.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. The boomers are going to transfer over 70 trillion.
Yeah.
Just the boomers.
Yeah.
Saudi and all those countries do not have that much money.
No.
And so ultimately, like, I think Middle East overplayed their hand on the sports side of things.
The boomers should buy Live. They should just make like a Saudi investment fund, like the boomer.
I mean,
fund.
if you went to all the boomers and say, put 50.
But what's your point? That these leagues aren't going to work?
Yeah, I think from a business standpoint,
or like the Middle East is going to. Like,
no, I think the Middle East is going to. They're not going to fund losers forever. They did this in nightlife, and they got out of all the businesses. So I think it's going to show up.
Kind of unwind some stuff.
I think they're going to start unwinding stuff. I think they went too aggressive on like they're buying things that are not good assets.
Right.
It's like there's no way Live makes $1 profit.
No, of course not.
It's not good for
I
that
guess
price.
What's the loser part of it this year?
If you write it off, if you start closing leagues down.
You think Live's going to close in 2024?
Yes.
Okay, there's a prediction.
Yeah, I think Live.
Write it down, Josh.
I think it becomes PGA. It just goes back to PGA Golf. They tried this Live Circus.
I mean, they signed Rom like a month ago, right?
So,
Yeah,
these people also are very
So
emotional.
what did he get? 600 million?
something like that.
Yeah, these are not attainable numbers for a business. They're terrible.
I agree.
does
but
the
my point
war-
is, like, when does it stop?
And I think that things like the war and social pressures
Right.
are going to start having an effect on them. 100%. That's my gut
I like
that
it.
tells me that it's,
No, it's a good prediction. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just curious how you like kind of think about it. Like
I think
a year
they're
or
just
two
going to
out.
start shutting shit down. They've done that historically.
So, but like
It's a
these,
big, bold
these,
bet. I mean, I like it. It's
Yeah.
a big.
These players are getting paid up front.
Yeah, they
already
get
got their money.
They'll get
Yeah.
their money.
Yeah.
Nicholson got his money.
Exactly.
Rom
They
got
could
his
still
money.
they could still write it off.
They'll just unwind.
Yeah, unwind.
Okay.
MBS could wake up and say golf stupid.
No, this is good.
Like I feel, and he's like, "This is why are we doing this?"
Yeah. Okay. These are the type of predictions we need to make.
Yeah.
You are an expert.
Thank you.
You've been about
Expert on what?
60% right.
I'm fucking
He's
close.
like 20% right.
No way.
That's better than
No
He's
way.
Jim Cramer.
Jim
You
Cramer's.
wish.
He's Jim Cramer, Galloway, Kara Swisher.
Those guys are
That's
5% on a good year.
They're all woke. That's you. I'm not predicting
He's a
DI.
combination of
DI
Kara
is
Swisher.
dead. Let me tell you.
Kara
Yeah.
Swisher, Galloway. Like if
No.
you guys had listened to me, you guys would all
You
have
had
a lot
one
more money.
prediction right. It was fucking crypto.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, early stage startups. What are you talking
I know,
about?
but in this, we're talking about these lists.
Yeah, but
We
like,
got receipts.
Yeah,
I
you have to have
I have a lot of
receipts.
receipts.
No, but you're talking about the past. We're talking about this list.
All right, stop fucking arguing.
Yeah.
Anand, who is your loser in business for 2024? Sorry, 2023, you said real estate.
And I was right.
You didn't say what type of real estate.
Commercial real estate. Of course I did.
You got to say.
I said
went
it.
big.
I said it last year.
went big.
I know you want to just disagree with me for
Yeah.
everything
No,
I
you,
said.
you just disagree with
Commercial
everything I
guys.
said.
Commercial real estate. I said commercial real estate.
Okay,
Well,
what's the loser for this year?
Yeah.
it'll be regional banks continuing.
So you're saying regional banks fail?
I say regional banks will continue to fail.
And
So
get
are
rolled
you
up.
saying they will close down?
I mean, I'm not saying they're going to close down.
You have to have
completely.
bold predictions.
Yeah,
this
be
isn't
bold.
like.
I'm not going to be like a jackass. Like and
this is-
say things.
Are
like,
you nervous that the regional bank association will come after you if you're wrong?
No,
They're going to be gone. They're going to work for JP Morgan.
They're all going to work for Jamie.
Yeah.
So are
They're all
you
gonna
predicting
work for
failed regional banks? 'Cause
Failed-
If they
Yeah,
shutting
we-
down.
More
We've-
failed regional banks.
more
That's
failed
a
regional banks.
modest, but
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bold statement, but
yeah.
okay. What's yours?
Mine's the opposite of yours, but I'm trying to figure out how to make it a little bit more bold. I don't know how to make this more entertaining, but my prediction is that the PGA Tour will go through some sort of emergency moment. I don't know. I don't know exactly what my one-liner is.
Okay.
I don't know if they need to be bailed out, restructured. The guy Monahan gets
Yeah.
ousted.
I thought there's a merger on the table. What's going on?
There is, but it's held up, and they're having to continue on the deadlines to get the deal done.
Yeah.
And I watched a PGA, I think it was the Century tournament this weekend, and it just felt bad.
Yeah.
Like it felt like, damn,
Felt like the Golden Globes.
yes, it felt like Liv finally took enough people.
Yeah, where it's
won?
not relevant.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's literally like the only people now that anyone cares about are Rory, who's such a little crybaby that everyone's mad at, and Scotty Scheffler. And other than that, not to say the other guys aren't great golfers and all that shit, but it just, they lost their stars. And it's like, if you take enough stars, it's like, what's the number? Like if you took 5 stars out of the NBA, would they still be okay? What if you took 10? What if you took 12? There's a certain number where you're like, oh, this kind of sucks now.
Yeah.
And that's how it felt. And I think it's really bad. I think
I
I think
the
Liv
sport
fucked
could have
them
been
up.
destroyed because you have
possible.
this like bifurcation of like,
Yeah.
there's people that are loyalists to the PGA, but they have no talent.
Yeah.
Liv has the talent, but it's a bad product
Yeah.
still.
It's funny when a sport is hotter than it's ever been ever,
And the professional is
and the
useless.
professionals just cannot get their shit together. Like how crazy is that?
Yeah. I mean, like the Liv ratings are horrible.
It's like the opposite of football.
Yeah.
Football's the hottest thing in the world. Nobody wants to play it at Little League. Golf, every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry's out golfing this
And no-
weekend, but the major league sucks ass.
Wow.
Yeah, why is that though?
Just because
Let's
it's what's
think about
happening.
that.
Liv
What?
ruined it.
No, I'm just saying, like, think about that dynamic which you just explained.
Yeah.
No one wants to play football.
Yeah.
But everyone wants to watch it.
Because we want to
Everyone
be
wants
that.
to play golf, but no one wants to watch it.
Right.
Because no one wants to watch pussies hit a stick with a ball where you want to be a gladiator. Every man wants to be a gladiator.
Is that it?
It's aspirational.
Yes.
But no one wants to actually go out on a field and grab some CTE over the weekend.
But it feels good.
Golf, you want to drink some beers with your buds and fucking. I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
But the actual
It's
sport
modern day gladiator, dude. It's fucking awesome. When you see those guys
No,
and what
of
they
course
do.
it's
That's what
awesome.
America is. America is you play golf, but you watch football.
Yeah.
That's just what we do. Keep it
the
safe.
clubhouse is football.
Yes.
Yeah, no one's watching.
It literally
golf.
was today. It literally was today. It was we walk into the clubhouse and it's gladiators while a bunch of fat dudes are drinking beer and fucking chucking a ball down a field.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's on me? Damn. My loser was poorly run, unprofitable businesses. I guess that's pretty vague, but true.
Yep.
But I'd like to be more bold than that. Oh, yeah. And my loser was PGA Tour.
Okay.
Okay. Next up. Who in 2024 will have the biggest comeback story? Now, Dee, let's first check in with you. Who had the biggest? Okay, this is who you projected would have the biggest comeback in 2023.
I said company was Meta.
Yeah.
Which fucking spot fucking on.
Look at my second
that.
one.
You nailed that.
Relax.
You said the Zuck as the person.
Hold on.
You said
Guys.
No, he wants to take credit. He wants to take credit.
I was right.
I want to project that you guys get along in 2024.
There's no way. There's no way, because he wants to say that I'm wrong all the time, but I was right.
I'm just seeing what I said.
Stop
And I said
skipping
Johnny
ahead.
Depp, the
Josh,
person.
scroll up so they can't see what's below.
Okay, go next.
D, who was your
For this year?
who was your guess for this year would have the biggest comeback?
Are you ready for this?
Sorry. We're fucking this up.
No, we're 2024.
I know we didn't say 2023 yet.
It's Meta.
And
I said Johnny Depp.
I don't know why we were talking about that stuff, but Johnny Depp be the biggest star. I mean,
I thought he would have a movie out by now.
sure. It just takes a little longer than
Yeah.
I thought, but I'm sure he's working on it.
Yeah, he is.
And then you said Meta, that's dead on.
Yeah.
Okay, 2024.
Okay, 2024. The company I said that would have the biggest comeback will be Alibaba. They've just been floundering for the last half a decade. I feel like they're going to make the right changes. There's a huge China movement. And people-wise, comeback, white males. I'm very low on white males.
How?
That's my bold commitment. I think white male. I think Bill Ackman.
Colder than ever. Ice cold.
Bill Ackman is leading the charge for white men back to supremacy.
Who?
Watch Bill Ackman.
But Bill
Bill Ackman is giving white men a fair shot in 2024. You guys have been down in the dirt. You're like Alibaba. Don't give a shit about you for 5 years.
I think it's going to take a lot longer. I think
I think
we got 5 years.
I think a Bill Ackman can really.
But he's too rich. Don't you think that's the whole problem?
I don't know. You see the momentum on social with just Twitter people. I couldn't believe how many people are supporting him.
Okay, so Alibaba and white men.
White males, yes.
Okay, got it.
Bold. You want bold?
Yeah, I do. Anand, you said Zuck, and your prediction was that Zuck would be done with jiu-jitsu in 2023.
He tore his ACL, so I might be, sort of right.
So Zuck, you were dead on, let's say, because that was meta. You're dead on.
He probably can't fight anymore.
Done with jiu-jitsu. I mean, you could be right. We'll see.
We'll see.
Pretty good.
Um,
Who's your prediction for this year? Just to remember, biggest comeback story 2024. Who will it be?
commercial real estate.
Already?
Wow.
That's less likely than white men.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And if one comes back, the other does.
I've talked.
By the way, because guess who runs commercial real estate? We're hot.
I had a lot of conversations with a handful of real estate folks that know way more than I do.
Yeah.
And they think capital deployed in 2024 is going to be the best vintage fund.
Okay. That's fair. That's your prediction.
Great.
What did I say? Biggest comeback story would be Twitter. Depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Oh, I said that they'd figure out the
I think
financials.
Twitter from a cultural relevance is bigger than ever.
Yeah, I said they would figure out their financials and by the end of the year, and advertisers would come back. That is pretty much the opposite of what happened.
Yeah. But Twitter as a cultural relevance,
Right.
probably fine.
Okay, still an expert. Look, I hate to say it, but you guys didn't cover one person, also a white man, that could very well have the biggest comeback.
Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, then that's why I'm riding the wave.
Right. I'm not
I'm
yeah,
saying
right.
it as a genre.
All his people. I'm not saying I am excited about it, but I do think my guess is that Donald Trump wins the election. I think it is absolute insanity. And I think a guy going from, having 327 indictments to being the president is
It's very American.
big comeback.
Yeah, it is a big comeback.
It's certainly possible.
Yeah,
Right.
I like it. I like
Okay.
it. It's a good one.
All right, that's my prediction. Next is, okay, so we skipped that one. So let's just say we didn't do this one for this year, but the biggest,
Oh God,
Oh,
I
we're
was
right.
so right on that. God damn it, that's amazing.
okay, so let's just read this one.
We didn't do the 2024 version of it though, right?
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we didn't do a 2024. We didn't prepare for this, but
Yeah.
last year, one of the topics we did was biggest fall from grace.
Yep.
Our predictions were, Dee said TikTok. Well, you go ahead, read it.
I said TikTok getting banned, but only temp. Make them sell to American company. Please regulators to come back. But I said TikTok is too big to fail. YouTube Shorts up with TikTok ban. Bah.
Okay, I mean, not a complete expert, but
That was a miss.
it's funny how what I'm learning here is we like to make these bold predictions for the sake of entertainment, but it's usually the no-brainer is what ends up happening.
Yeah.
The stock market will be up,
Yeah.
TikTok will still be owned by China, everything will be chilling.
Occam's razor.
Right. Freaking Occam. Anand, you nailed it. And I'm guessing I probably just rode your wave here and I nailed it too.
CZ's
I
arrested.
just hung onto your coattails and
CZ's
fucking nailed it.
He's showing up to trial in February.
So to read it, Anand's biggest fall from grace prediction was CZ from Binance would fall from grace and he would be arrested, which...
That was a good call.
Right.
So I said this in 12/31/2023.
Right.
And he got basically arraigned in 2 months ago in Seattle, tried to leave twice, and they took his passport.
Right.
And they said, no, you're going to jail.
You should
And the
start your
trial's
own
in
podcast called
February.
I Told You So. Where you just make predictions and you're just I fucking told you. Welcome to Anna's episode. I fucking told you.
I said
I don't think it's going to be popular.
I've been saying this for years. Have I not been telling you guys for years? CZ and Sam would be go to jail?
You told us. You told us, Anand, okay? Stop yelling at me. Okay, this year, so we didn't do this last year, but this year we have a prediction, biggest prediction in sports.
Yes. You ready?
Yep.
My biggest prediction in sports is that college football, because of the conference changes, will have games that surpass some of the biggest NFL ratings. With the the Big Ten, which is a big conference in college, has now USC in it. So there's going to be USC, Michigan games. There's going to be Ohio State playing, all these different teams. I think this conference thing in college football and then NIL and the players just going whatever the hell they want to do now is just going to explode college football. It's clear that we want more football.
What's up with Harvard's football situation?
I don't know. Do they have a team still?
Do they even have a team?
They used to. They
If
used to
I'm
have a
them,
team.
He's basketball.
If I'm them, I'm
have-
getting a team right now.
Yeah. You could save the league, this entire school by having the
University.
hottest team.
Yep.
But I think college football will be it's already a huge business. I think it just absolutely fucking explodes.
Right. Okay. Yep. Totally agree. Anand?
Sports?
Biggest sports prediction for the new year?
I think the NBA media rights deal is significantly lower than everyone thinks.
Give us a percentage.
Go woke. Go.
Bro.
No, I don't even. It's not about woke. I just think it's
Say
too many
it.
games.
Fucking say it.
And I'll also say sports prediction. ESPN's really in a battle with Pat McAfee live. We won't know
But
what.
have they responded in any way? Or is he just
He went after
Cat Williams in it.
What do you mean?
Is this a one-way beef or is there any response?
There's been leaked responses to news stories that said, hey, executives are very concerned about the Pat McAfee and executive beef. And my point is, he's the network.
Yeah. He
literally, I think he's the biggest personality. He gets the best guests. He gets Nick Saban, Schefter, JJ Watt, like you name it. Aaron Rodgers. Like he gets the biggest stars on his show.
Yeah.
And ESPN's in a pickle.
Yeah.
Like he's going to say whatever he wants. And he called out an executive as a rat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your prediction?
My prediction is that my prediction in sports is he's going to win.
He's just whatever happens. He's going to come out on top.
Yeah, he's going to come on top. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's great. My prediction, I'll stay in my lane because I don't really know much about the other sports. Boxing. My prediction is that Devin Haney will fight Gervonta Davis and Gervonta will win.
And what does that mean?
Even though he just changed his name
what's
to
up with
Abdul.
Francis and Joshua?
Yeah, that's going to happen.
What do you think? Who's going to win?
I think Francis.
So he's a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Fighting a boxer.
Let's focus on predictions.
That's
former
what
champion.
he's trying to predict.
He gave his prediction.
Yeah. I think, okay, well, that's going to happen this year too. I think Ngannou wins
That's
and
in
shocks
Saudi.
the world. Saudi, not running out of money
Not
yet.
running out of money.
And I think, Gervonta and Devin Haney fight, super fight, Tank wins.
Okay, great.
Okay, predictions for pop culture. D.
I'm writing my big comeback story.
Okay.
I think the biggest pop star, I don't know who it is, but will be a white male as well. I think we're coming off.
What about Taylor Swift?
She was 2023. She was the white female, single white female.
So you think there'll be an emerging white male?
White male.
Like yet unknown?
Unknown. We don't know who it is yet.
Okay.
Like it could be Morgan Wallen again. I don't know. One of those guys.
Zach
But
Bryan.
wouldn't you say that like probably the top pop stars are white males? Like Morgan Wallen, Harry Styles.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I think
There's a new one.
Biggest pop star.
You're just going all in on white. Bet it all on white.
I think
he
basically
gave up his Hindu card.
Yeah, he did.
yeah, like, you bet on black for the last couple of years,
Right.
and you did really well.
Right.
Guess what? When you play roulette,
You got to switch it up.
sometimes you start trending to red.
Right.
I'm going the other way.
You're going white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This pendulum is going to swing.
I think you're right. I just think that you're too soon. I think we're still so deep in like the, maybe the beginning of the unraveling of like DEI and all of that stuff.
I think it's going to happen so fast, and I don't think people realize how fast it's happening.
So you think it's just Trump and just fucking Morgan Wallen and just what?
I mean,
We're back.
yeah.
We had one bad year.
No, to be fair, 2020,
You're right.
21, 22, they had three pretty bad years.
Enough is enough. No, I agree. Okay, Anand, what's your pop culture?
What's your comeback story? I want to hear yours first before I give mine.
Oh, no, not comeback. We're talking about pop culture. Oh, no.
No, pop culture.
Yeah.
My pop
comeback.
culture prediction is T Swift, Travis Kelce marriage.
Okay.
I'm bold.
So you
like
think
it.
that's like the big thing?
I like it. That's good.
I just think it's too like
Just say if a baby would be even bigger.
no,
Right.
she can't. She's touring through 24.
Why? To be her pregnant would be even bigger.
She can't do her show.
I think more people would go if she was pregnant.
right.
I don't think it's any more people that can go.
Didn't
It's
Beyonce
already
do
sold
it?
out.
Yeah.
Right. Didn't Beyonce do it? Yeah. You might have seen that and been like, you know what I need?
A baby.
I need 6 billion. Yeah, that's my prediction. I just think the train's going to keep on rolling.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your sound in pop culture?
I think Kanye finally disappears.
Bold.
Like, define disappears.
Yeah,
Meaning,
because he's
like-
not going anywhere.
Like, I want to map
No,
it out.
meaning like I don't think he's going to matter as much as he did the last 5 years. Because I know He can sell out any concert. He can sell out anything. He can sell out any shoe. I think people get sick of it.
Not bold.
Do you think that we haven't heard from him since? Like, I'm trying to get something we can read next year. So like, we haven't heard it much from him since
Music puts out
since March.
Music puts out, it's a flop.
Music, yeah.
Right.
I don't think anyone cares about his music.
Right.
I think he just starts declining culturally relevant in terms of like
He's just like a famous guy that just he's
famous
just
guy
around.
that does crazy shit.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
because the Kanye stands would tell you the other way.
Of
I
course,
just, I
they
feel like we
would.
live in like a.
I'm sure like the people in the studio would tell me the opposite.
But I can believe that he's just
Pfaff,
ways
maybe.
off into like the sunset as just like an irrelevant,
Yeah.
you know.
Old guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's old. I think the biggest thing about Kanye is that he's old. That's a problem.
Old and fat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is. I don't think this is
Yeah,
any
that's
like
not hot.
type of secret. Like literally, the other night, last week, I'm sitting in my building, and let me make sure I don't disclose anything. Someone's having a birthday party, not a famous person, but in the industry,
Yeah.
having a birthday party on the roof, and it's like, oh, do you want to go up there? I kind of know him. You want to go up there? No, I'm good. Karina, her friend, goes up there. They go up there, and freaking Kanye is on my roof, just fucking hanging out.
And then the next day,
Yeah,
I
he has
texted
his
you
naked
guys.
girlfriend fucking on a leash at the Chateau
we were
Marmont or
at
something.
dinner for New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
and he showed up with his naked girlfriend
Right.
in a G-string. And
Did they
him-
sit down and eat?
So
She looks enslaved. Like when you see those photos, she looks.
I think it's
she
a wife, though. I don't think it's a
No, it's his
girlfriend.
wife. They're
Wife.
married.
But
They're
I'm just saying,
married.
doesn't she looks captive?
Yeah. She's
Like
very-
when you see the photos of her and she's like in a
Yeah.
fucking wearing dental floss and just kind of blankly staring. Like Kanye told me to wear this. She said I look pretty.
And yeah, so she showed up, and I didn't see her and Kanye, but the people that came a little earlier than us saw her naked
Yeah,
and at dinner.
it's just weird. But this is funny. That's what's funny about this bubble life that we live is like everyone in the world is talking about Kanye.
and you just
And all of our listeners are
You
hearing
guys
about
just see
Kanye.
him.
But then literally it's like, oh, Kanye's on the roof. Like, oh, fucking crazy. And like literally they're like, do you want to go up there and say what's up? Like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And
It's
then,
like back-to-back nights.
yes, and then the next night, like, hey, Kanye's fucking naked at the.
Yeah, he was naked. He literally had no shirt on.
It's absurd.
He didn't have a shirt on.
He had a jacket, no shirt.
It's just-
he's very overweight now, so it's not like very appeasing.
It's something that I appreciate from my, like, not being from here.
Yeah.
Just how absurd it is
It's so
that, like,
absurd.
these people,
Yeah.
That everyone talks about.
right,
And
they're
the
just
two
milling
of us
about.
Have
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
back-to-back stories
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
It's so
it's
funny.
insane.
Okay. Okay, that's it. I mean, we have some rapid fire. If anyone has anything that we missed today.
I have a few rapid fire.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy. Live streaming, shopping, and TikTok shop completely explode. Event
TikTok shop 17 billion.
This is for this year. That's
Yeah,
what
that's what they're predicting.
I truly believe all of these new alternative retail concepts finally affect American brick and mortar retail. Like they've been pretty unscathed.
Yeah.
And the larger ones have been unscathed. They've been growing for the last decade. I think we're finally there. It hurts. I think Disney is fucked. I think they can't get out of their own way.
I think they're
I saw
screwed.
the interview with the Star Wars director
Yeah.
talking about I'm taking Star Wars in a new direction.
Yeah.
Not good. I don't think Disney can help themselves.
Yeah.
They're in a really, really tough spot. I've heard a lot of people say this and I kind of agree with it. I think there's been more conflicts all over the world that keep people like that just have uncertainty because tensions are high everywhere. And I think interest rates stay higher than people expect.
What's your prediction for interest rates next year?
I think you get the rate cuts.
How many bips?
I think you get a full 100 bips, but the second half of the year, like right before the fucking election.
So the market,
Like
Prediction.
nothing fast.
no,
Yeah.
the market prediction is 6 rate cuts, 25
At a
piece,
time. Yeah.
right? So what is that?
I think you get a
150.
150 bips. I think you're going to get rate cuts no matter what. I think, as you know, you're in the industry. The economy is soft.
It's soft. We need bips.
the bips are getting
give us
cut.
our bips. Yeah.
We definitely need bips. I just think that like Jerome Powell didn't do anything to help us the first time around.
But he's not a smart guy.
But I think Jay Powell is in on the Biden.
fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing
Jay
that
Powell
I
doesn't
did-
want Trump back in there breathing down his neck
the other
to get his
couple things.
Oh,
bips.
can you imagine if Trump was in there?
Oh,
The other,
During
the
last
other
two years?
bips.
The other quick, other rapid fire predictions I have, I think massive Ozempic backlash.
Like some
Oh,
sort of
'cause,
side effect.
I think
Side
the side effects are,
I think the side effects are going to kick in because it's like gotten to the mainstream.
Imagine the whole country just like,
You know-
oh fuck, we
No, but-
all have bleeding eyeballs.
well, I'll tell you why the Ozempic backlash will happen.
Is there any
'cause
side effects said yet?
So here's my honest opinion. I think the people that took Ozempic to get the head start and made the healthy lifestyle changes are going to be fine. Like, I don't think
I
it's
think
a bad
that-
drug. I think many people did do that, like the first cohort of Ozempic users. Their doctors were very particular and said, you have to make the lifestyle changes. You got to change your diet. You got to start exercising. You have to do those things. I think those people are going to be completely fine, to be honest. I think the people...
You think they stop those Ozempic though?
I think they do eventually stop the Ozempic. I think
that is
the
so
people I'm
few.
I think the people I'm scared of are the people that lose weight and be like, fuck it, give me the double whip mocha frappuccino
Yeah.
at Starbucks.
Yeah.
That person, that heavy medication plus not changing your diet,
Yeah.
that is going to be a very scary combination.
Keep in mind, that is describing the smartest person on earth today.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Elon?
Yeah. That's what he does. It's in the book. He fucking takes Ozempic and eats donuts
Yeah.
as like his one meal a day.
Yeah. So that to me is very scary.
Yeah. I think that your vision of the person who used it to change, I think that's a fantasy. I think that's 1 in
100?
5,000 users.
No.
What do you mean?
I know two
wait,
people.
Hold on. One in
I
5,000.
personally know
Wait,
two
hold on,
people.
hold on.
Who
I
did
want to
that?
hear what drama. What's your predict? What did you just say?
My, I don't even know if I call it a prediction. I think
Or
that,
suggestion? Sorry.
whatever. I think that Dee was describing a person that takes Ozempic to get a jump start on lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
Changes their lifestyle, weans off the Ozempic, now has a healthy lifestyle. I just think that that's like 1 in every 5,000 Ozempic users.
Meaning most people just need those Ozempic and they can never wean off.
I think it's so hard because I think that people, like I know someone who was not very big, but wanted the boost. And it's just, you can try your best, but it's mainly the Ozempic. It's not, you think your lifestyle changed because you're like, well,
But are they a healthier person today? Like, do they make healthier lifestyle choices? Because if they do,
I think it's not
I don't
enough.
think Ozempic, I don't think, look, I'm more concerned about the person that eats 10 donuts, mocha frappuccino, steaks, binge drinking. That person,
here's what I think. This is just once again, I don't know if it's a prediction or whatever. I think that when you do that, you get this boost, but it's not actually because of your lifestyle. Like you've changed your lifestyle a little bit, but it's actually the Ozempic doing all the work. And when you get off the Ozempic, you're shocked to see that actually isn't enough to sustain.
Yeah.
And then that leads you down like a depression of like, okay, well, fuck it. Who cares anyway? And you go and you
so that's
back.
that's why I'm giving my prediction on that. I think there'll be backlash on it.
Yeah.
You
think side effects?
I think the side effects for those people that make no lifestyle changes,
Yeah.
there will be. I just feel like you got to give in something.
You can't stay on it is your point.
Yeah.
You can use it as a...
Yeah. And then my last is, I think all year we're just going to obsess over this Epstein list, and they're going to give us little nuggets. Little nuggets.
I
It's
think-
over.
I think it's over.
It's over.
No.
Like we already know the
What do you think
names.
they're going to give us? Like, oh, and Bill Gates?
No, I think we're going to get some.
You think there's a bombshell?
Give a prediction of a name.
Do you think there's a
I mean,
bombshell?
it's so shocking the names that come out. I have no
I
idea.
mean, the
But what's
biggest
shocking?
names are there.
But we already knew.
No, but I think we get more details.
What's the detail?
I think women come out. That's the biggest thing.
There was
here's
a
the
New
thing.
York Post article of a woman who, tragically committed suicide.
Yeah.
That was apparently on the list.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's true or not. Not gonna talk that on record.
like
but
recently?
it was yesterday.
Doesn't isn't the next step for this to go to trial? If it goes to trial, then
here's
get
my
more
point,
information.
right? Like, unless, do you think there's going to be any criminal?
No.
Who can you
Things.
prosecute? Everyone's gone.
Exactly.
Bill Gates?
Yeah.
No chance.
Nothing, right? So
Yeah.
what's the point of the list? The list is kind of stupid.
No, I mean, I think
it's
if
all
women come
fanfare.
out, if any one single woman comes out, I'm sure they've all been paid and they're not incentivized to come out at this point. But if any woman does come out, they know what's going on.
So you think there's a bombshell?
I do. I don't think it's going.
I don't think there's any bombshell. I think,
that's my prediction.
yeah, that's your prediction.
I hope
think,
you're right, but I don't think you are. I think similar to how I
hope
said,
you're
like
right,
everything's
too.
going to be as
I
is.
hope these people are held accountable 100%, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
I think the same way I learned the lesson from my last year predictions, I think at the end of this year,
Nothing really changes.
nothing has changed from Epstein. There's still fucking just speculation. And I think Ozempic is bigger than ever.
I think Ozempic does become bigger than ever. I think it has backlash though.
Yeah.
I mean, Eli Lilly is giving it to you. You can get D2C now from Eli Lilly website.
Yeah, just fucking just inject it straight
I know a
into you.
D2C Ozempic company.
But you would have to have a really severe side effect thing, right? That's the only thing that could.
I think there will be cultural backlash. I do not. It's similar to like
mean,
we
you
had
see
backlash on fucking soda 30 years ago. It didn't do anything. It just got bigger and bigger.
Right.
I'm not saying from a business case does Ozempic as a business get smaller
Right.
or any of those GLP drugs. I think they're going to become huge, dude. You give people you're changing people's life fucking instantly. It's a goddamn
I
magic
mean, the number
wand.
of
Yeah,
famous
it is.
people we can see on Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, Oprah, who's the most influential fucking person?
Yeah.
Oprah, Michael Rubin, Charles Barkley.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they're all on it.
Yeah, and they look great.
But they kind of look, I don't know.
You know, yeah, they
Depleted.
yeah. Got
Low on
pump up a little.
protein.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anand, do you have any rapid fires we're missing?
No. Buy Bitcoin, no financial advice.
Okay. Well, you technically just literally said bye.
Yeah, you literally gave financial advice.
Okay, is that it? Guys, thank you for listening. I hope you know us a little bit better now.
But yeah, the intros.
I hope you understand that we are indeed experts. Nothing in this episode has been financial advice, but we're clearly experts.
Clearly.
So thank you for listening. Here's to another year. Can't wait to read how right we were come next December, January. And, everyone have a great year.
Keep it on this page too, so that we see 23.
I love my CZ pick.
Yeah.
That was so hot.
We need to almost like
My CZ pick, him in cuffs. That's insane.
we need to give grades. We need to give like Anand was 70% right.
Yeah.
G was
Yeah.
okay. That's
right,
it.
guys.
Thanks for listening. Bye bye.